Hey, what's up? Dean Sear Performance back down shop, and we are still on the Cutlass, the LS swap. So I figured I'd start with underneath while the car is still up in the air. Turn the light on, there we go. Transmission is in. I have to change the pan. Motor's in, dipstick, everything's on the motor. I got to do the torque converter bolts. The drive shaft's in and the right length, so it's got a little bit of wiggle room in and out at the transmission yoke. The cross member, I remade it out of some round pipe and did the same kind of flat mount in the middle there. So now that's all taken care of. And then the fuel system, what I did was welded this fitting, a -6 fitting, into the bottom of the tank. It's like the low spot. I know it's toward the front, but I didn't want to put it all the way in the back and kind of have them maybe hit a curb or something like that. The return goes to the original feed, and then this original return, I'll make a vent. The tank didn't have a vent. I also noticed that the sending unit was like hitting the baffle in the tank. There's a baffle that runs along here, and the sending unit was kind of stuck on the baffle, so I turned the float so that it has some up and down. Ran Teflon hose up. The return tucks into the frame. The feed goes above, like where the original lines were, goes above the shock spring tower thing. Return comes out the frame here, goes to the bottom of the regulator, which, yes, I mounted the regulator in the back, has a transducer in it to feed the Holley Terminator X. The signal, I'll also put a vacuum hose on it. I'll most likely end up flipping the hat so the vacuum hose is on this side. Filter is direct from the tank, goes into the filter, comes out of the filter, into the back of the pump, out of the front of the pump, back to the regulator, from the regulator back up to the front. I don't have the intake or anything bolted down yet. I don't have the injectors in it yet. I have to find the injectors for the intake, but the line is ran up there and plenty long enough. Pretty much, like, that's everything under here is done. I got to pull the old speedometer cable out. I got to make a shifter rod, which I'll show how I do the shifter rod. I know these are like 3-position columns, but with the electronically controlled transmissions, I tell everybody put it in drive and drive. There's no reason to be going 1, 2, 3, you know, all that craziness. I also have to make the 2 -10s to the oil filter relocation, which what I think I'm gonna do with that is kind of, once the radiator and everything is back in, I know I'll have plenty of room. The radiator sits back on this far enough. I think what I'm going to do is mount the filter off of this core support, and then the filter will be right here, so it won't like drain all over the side of the pan and everything like they normally do. It'll be a little bit easier to get to. I know you got to get under here to drain the oil regardless, but it'll be a little bit easier to get to. But yeah, I mean, the motor's in the car, painted up all nice and white, which looks really, really good. The motor mounts are all tightened down. I just kind of spray painted the frame. I cleaned it up the best I could quickly. I didn't do any of the suspension stuff. He plans on changing all of the suspension out. Kind of either like a 2-phase or 3-phase kind of project. Doing the LS now, get it all running, driving, get all that squared away, and then he's gonna come back. He's gonna redo the suspension, the brakes, rear end, frame, you know, everything. Total complete kind of restoration on this car to make it 100% good. But the headers are on. They are shorty headers, which I don't mind. It's basically a stock motor. It's got a cam in it. The collector with the O2 bung is right there, so the Holley wideband will go right into that. That's pretty much for down here, and kind of where with the car right now. I still have a bunch to do to it. Waiting on the AC bracket. I'm gonna take the compressor and move it from the driver's side to the passenger side, crimp all the lines, make it really neat and clean, and get that situated. But I'm waiting on the AC bracket, power steering bracket, alternator, power steering alternator bracket. Waiting on all that. Hopefully it'll be here in the next couple of days. I think it said like mid week, next week. So for now, I'm just doing everything I can on the car to get it as far along as I can, so that hopefully, I'll be able to fire it up maybe, Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. And possibly have it driving by the end of next week. Project in, and that's Thomas's Camaro. I always forget these. It's got the blinker lights and the valance panel underneath, so I don't remember if it's 68, 69, 67. I can never remember, but he had it up a few months ago. It's a really cool car. It is also an LS. I believe this is a 5.3. Yeah, it's 5.3. I think it's more or less a stock motor. It's got 862 heads. He did the hooker manifolds. That side comes down, and then it's got that crossover pipe right there that comes into the back of this one, and then comes up and gives you a V-band really close to the motor over there. So he brought it up, and we did the hot piping from that manifold to the turbo flange, and the wastegate comes, proportioned up, not proportioned, but positioned, in line with the flow of the exhaust. Have no idea what size turbo that is. To Borg Warner, it's probably like a S400, S475. Looks like T6, but I'm not sure. And we also did all of the charge piping on it, so you can see it's really tight to come off the compressor and then into the boot for the intercooler, out of the intercooler, and comes up. I tried to make it kind of come up as straight as it could, and then come across as straight as it could with the blow-off valve and into the throttle body. So now he brought it back, and we're doing the down pipe off of it. So he went from 5-inch to 4-inch. We welded this last time he was up, but now he brought all the 4-inch. So we're gonna take the 4-inch and come back, go down through there, and then he has a 3-inch dual exhaust kit with no muffler. So we have to tie the 4-inch into 2 3-inch and then run it out the back of the car. And this is kind of the over axle kit. I think kind of what he has there now. Yeah, they kind of stub down right there. It's kind of the same kit, but it's in 3-inch. So yeah, I mean, this will be a fun, quick couple of day turnaround. We'll get finished up on DJ's Cutlass. Been getting a lot of feedback and stuff, and I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting and stuff. These are fun. I like doing these. This one's a little more over the top than what we normally do, but that's what the client wants, and that's what we're gonna give him, so that in the end he is like super happy with what we've done and what he'll be driving. It's his car, he has to drive it. So we want him to be happy. But I appreciate you watching. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.